Here I am on another one of my dog walks. And whenever I walk the dog through the woods, because it's so quiet, peaceful, I start thinking about things, and I was thinking today, I was watching news, and I'm like, why do all the Muslim countries hate the Jewish people? Why do people in general not like Jewish people? I mean, they are a very proud people. What people don't realize, Jewish people are the way they are because as a people, I don't think there has been any race that has been abused, tortured, murdered, genocide, conquered than Jewish people. And I always wonder why, but I know why. I mean, in the Bible, they were God's chosen people, and God sort of protect them, and God has given them lands, and He's given their people great knowledge. Most of our scientists and brilliant people, our most talented actors and musicians, they're all Jewish, because you can tell they're people who have been touched by God, and not because they're better than anybody. And God doesn't protect them because they're such a good people, because they're just like any other peoples. They do evil things. They have evil in their country. But God made a promise. And when God makes a promise, He doesn't break it. And He promised that they would be His people. And not because they're better than anybody, it's just because that's who He chose at the time. Because at the time He chose them, they were the most despised, smallest number of peoples on the earth. And God always picks what us humans think is weak and useless, and God always does miraculous things with that. And so He did with the Jewish people. And believe me, He doesn't let them get off freely. There's no people that have been more abused than Jewish people, but He will save a remnant, and He will let them keep their land, and He will protect them. So, love them or hate them, they're God's people, and God doesn't break His promises, and that should give you hope, because if God keeps His promises like that, then when He says anyone who calls on His Son's name will be saved, you know that God won't break that promise. So, just treat people how you want to be treated. It doesn't matter who they are, where they are. Muslims have to chill. Stop hating. They say they're people of peace and love. History doesn't show it. In fact, they will rise to prominence in the future, and they will be a world power, and then you'll see their true color. But in the end, God will destroy them and their false religions. And as much of people would like to say it's not true, yeah, the Jewish people will be glorified in the end, with everyone else, and the Gentiles, and even some Muslims who wake up and convert. But in the meantime, in the future, it'll look like they were right. They will become a world power. They will influence the world. They will have their way. Alright, come on, you. Come on.